good morning. It's April 16th, 2025. I'm Kimberly from Back Quarter Shop, and today we have a lot of stitch along progress. We have something that is going to be coming like later this year, which is super exciting. I think you guys are going to love it. I have some new items and some sale items, and I'm just going to say good morning to a couple of people. We've got Nancy Page in Shirts, Texas, Mary Ellen Fisher in St. Louis, Missouri, Elena Fernandez from Florida, Wilma from Florida, Marietta from Georgia, Ames, Nebraska, Deanne, Wisconsin, Kathy Rackaw, Albuquerque. Oh, Albuquerque, isn't that where that trial is right now? Pike Creek, Texas. I don't know where that is. Orange County, Southern California, Middleton, Delaware, Madison, Iowa. We got the whole United States is here. Yeah, awesome. I don't see anybody international, just US. Awesome. Okay, so if I didn't say good morning to you, I'm sorry. Oh, Weatherford, Texas. Oh, I know where that is. Okay, so I am going to just kind of jump right in. I'm going to show you a lot of my progress and all the things that I have finished. The first thing that I finished is I did the good old days, the second part of it. So I did April like a couple weeks ago, and now I've done May. And so here are my pieces. So this one, these two are circles. And then this one's more rectangular. I was going to show you April also. So you see April, they're rectangular. And I don't think it matters which goes where, but I still have to figure out how I'm going to finish this. So you guys will have to let me know. Obviously, I think these two would be circle finishes and this would be a rectangular finish. But I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I wish I had just done it as one piece across and not left a space, but then that'd probably look funny because it'd probably be like it looked like the shape of a pill or something. So I don't know. So you guys, I really need some finishing ideas. And I'm hoping that we get to see June soon. This is a series by Priscilla and Chelsea of Stitching with the Housewives. There is the very first part is a big piece that says Good Old Days. I'm just not doing that piece. But it's so funny because on camera, these all look different blacks, and in person, this one looks the same as the other, so it's crazy what camera does. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna finish it. So let's see. I just finished feeding 8 bottle baby goats. Now it's time for coffee and Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube. Bartlesville, Oklahoma. I love the blue and yellows. Yeah, so let me know if you're sewing this, and if you are, how you're going to finish it. I love that they're super simple and they're easy, and like, it's a quick stitch. I think right now in my life, quick stitches are really nice. Have I been to Jolly, Texas? I drove by a sign for it yesterday. No, I haven't. Will I please do a tutorial of Teresa Kogut's Coco's Garden and Stacy Nash's Animal Crackers? So I know Stacy Nash's Animal Crackers are super popular, and I mean, if we could get her on to show how you turn that into like a standing up ornament, or animal, we could, but I definitely, if you want me to do a tutorial, I have no idea. Okay, so that's the first thing I finished, and then the next thing, I started the Simply Stamps. There's the 2 new ones, and I got one almost done and one not started. So these are the originals. And then I did come up with an idea of what we're going to do for finishing mine. So these are the 2 originals that were stitched by, who stitched those? Noelle. Okay, so this one, you see the little yellow stitches at the top. That's because the first thing I did was the border, and I was afraid when I came back I wouldn't know which side was up. So I added that, and all I have left here is the sewing machine, and then I'm done, and then I'm gonna stitch this one next. I'm hoping to get these done maybe today or tomorrow. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna do with these is, I'm thinking I have a specific person in mind. She's a pattern designer that designs and works with bags a lot, but I was thinking of sending these to her and having her turn these into a bag, but do a YouTube tutorial. And then that way, if you wanted to do it, you could watch her tutorial, but I haven't even asked her yet. So I probably shouldn't have even announced that, but I'm hoping she'll say yes. We're going to email her today, and I think she'll say yes. Does anyone have a good source for non-typical shaped frames for cross stitch oval frames? You know, I don't know. I feel like Hobby Lobby has so many frames and they're all over the store in different sections. And if you can kind of dig, I feel like in Hobby Lobby, if you dig, you're going to have the most luck. And with the bag, kind of what I was thinking was maybe she could put some like quilt fabric around it, right? And then a zipper fabric, and then, you know, just do something really plain. And then it could be something that I put, I mean, I have so many containers. I have the little, what's the little pink box?
Crafty case.
The crafty case. I have that. I have so many, I don't need another bag. I need another bag like I have a hole in my head. I have this big piece of furniture. It's like a spool. It's literally shaped like a spool and it's got rope around it. And the entire thing is full of bags, to where I have nowhere else to put bags. So now I'm bringing them to work and putting them at work. I don't need any more bags, but I'm gonna make 2 more. Good morning from New Jersey. I would finish the 3 pieces, 2 circle, 1 square, and 1 frame with a mat that has a square in the middle and circles cut out on each side. Yeah, that's a really good idea. That'd probably get really expensive, but I wonder if we could go to like Michael's and see if they might have something already like that.
There's also another place for oval frames. You could try Michael's.
Oh yeah, you could try Michael's for oval frames. Good morning from New Jersey. Okay, there, we got that. Okay.
Make sure you're talking about supplies.
What did you stitch it on?
Oh, okay, so I stitched this on pale gray gingham, 14 count by Fabric Flair. And then I used called for a DMC. And I felt like it was easiest to do the, and then there's 2 patterns. They're both PDF patterns. They're both separate, and there's 1 thread pack. And I just bought 1 thread pack. I'm going to use it for both. The only difference is the quilt has yellow, and then this one does not. But of course, I mean, you can change it to however you want it. These are on white 14 count witch HOLT. So mine is just pale gray gingham. And honestly, when you finish it, it looks the same. I don't know. There's something about this fabric I love. Okay, so that is Forever Stamps. And then I worked on Monthly Mini Village. I'm so proud of myself. I have kept up with this all year. I have no idea how. But this came in a couple weeks ago. June has not arrived yet. The last I saw on social media, they were shipping to shops the end of last week. So on this one, this is May. The only colors that I changed were the pants and the clothing right here on the little girls, and then I made their faces the same color. And I did the eyes. Jordan can zoom in, but I did the eyes the way that Cheryl recommended, with the little like half stitch, back stitch, half stitch, back stitch. So yeah, that was the only color I changed. And then this is stitched on Beautiful Beige 14 count. The sample was on 16 count, but I like 14 count, so I'm just using the Witch HOLT Beautiful Beige. And we got this piece from Paisleys and Polka Dots. She painted it though, and we didn't know if it would fit the piece, so we're gonna see right now. She made it to fit. Oh, it totally fits. It totally fits. Oh my gosh, it totally fits. So what I'm thinking we'll do is like probably a fabric in the back on a sticky board, this on a sticky board, and then maybe on the edge do some kind of like, because it's obviously longer. Hold on. And then we'll make it switch out so that I don't have to buy 12 of these. I think that'll look really cute. It'll be more, obviously it will fill up more space than hers sample, because her sample 16 count is, about a 1/4 inch smaller or 1/2 inch. And I asked Cheryl to look to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. I made this one over I started and stopped and started and stopped. And so when I do that, sometimes I make mistakes. And so this one, this is by COTTAGE NEEDLEWORKS. It is the monthly mini village series. At the very end, we'll have a set of the full patterns. If you were in the club that's now closed, when we get the June, we ship it out the very next day. Oh, lace on the edge would be good. Something like right here. I don't even know, it would be kind of cool if we just painted this back piece one color, just right here. Just painted this one color and then put this on here. But we'd have to find a color that would match every single month. So I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. So this is the paisley and polka dot piece. Now, I think she made this for this piece on 16 count, if that's the way I remember. How many inches wide is the finished white piece? We'll grab a ruler and see. We have 1,000 rulers in here. So that is 10 1/4 inches wide by 4 3/4 or 4 1/2, something like that. And then she painted this for us. So if you buy it, it does come unfinished, and her website is Paisley and Polka Dots. Okay, so I got that done. And then now I'm going to show you some new stuff. Some stuff, these are not in stock. Everything I'm about to show you is a tease. This is Stitch Card Set Y. These will be in stock in June. So we're a little bit ahead on this one. This is my favorite one of the entire series right here, the cherries. These came from her Farm Girl Vintage book. These are so cute. I think this would be so cute. Just all 4 together on one piece. Do I use a hoop ever? I don't. I used to. But I love this. That would be so cute if you just did 6 of those all next to each other and kept the inside the same and changed the every other border could be blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, and then your cherries you could reverse from red, pink, and then do the other ones where it's pink, red. That would be so cute. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. I love these. So this is Stitch Card Y, designed by Lori Holt. This is on our coming soon page. If you click, you can be notified when it comes in, or if you're in the club, you will get this. This is the second to last in the entire series. This right here is Farmhouse 25 count by Lori Holt. They're all 36 by 36. And then we do have something in the works with Lori to launch later this year or early next year, where we do kind of a sampler of a mix of the ones from A to Z. So we did have somebody ask about the stitch card holders, which were boxes that held these. Those are now out of stock. But these are so cute. Did Cheryl stitch these?
Yeah.
It's so pretty. Thank you, Cheryl. Look at her beautiful stitching. Okay, and then this next one, this is not on the website. So this, you're not going to find anything on our site, so don't search. Is this stitched by Cheryl?
Me.
Oh, Denise.
I cut that piece on the plane.
Oh my gosh, look at Denise. She cut that on the plane. That's funny. Gosh, okay, so you kind of did the same thing where you put space between.
Yeah.
So that you could did you use a hoop?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so which hoop? Oh, you used the circle hoop. I can see it.
Spring tension hoop.
The spring tension hoop. is this, so this is a bell, tree, and then there's ornament. You making me do circles?
I didn't realize that.
So this right here, more information will come, but I can tell you right now, this is cloud 25 count or white 25 count. And so this is going to be part of our ornament series that we have every year. There's going to be, it's 12, right? Yeah, there's going to be 12. So you get to see the first 5, and then nothing is online. This isn't even coming until May or June. So, okay, now I'm going to go through and answer some questions. The closet quilter Ellie Miriam said, I just started stitching without a hoop using the sewing method, and it's so much faster. Yeah, you know, I really like it. I also feel like, okay, this is going to sound totally ridiculous, but like if you have a hoop, I feel like it's right here always. With the stitching in hand, I can just like literally put it in my face and just like go. I know that sounds weird. I wonder if Paisleys and polka dots could send you 2 pieces of wood trim to be glued to each side to fill in the space. Yeah, then she'd probably have to do that for everybody. She probably wouldn't want to do that. Does this supplement the cookie cutter ornaments? Yes, but it is a different colorway. So the cookie cutter ornaments was originally like pink, aqua, and like a medium-ish green. Like a lighter green. This is more like darker colors, like reds, navies.
It's more like muted.
Muted, but traditional. Yeah, so, I mean, they could go on the same tree, but maybe not. Now, of course, if you wanted them to go together, you could just change your coloring on this one to match the original coloring. Is the complete chart or floss available for the entire seed packet series? No, because we have not even charted the entire thing. The entire thing is designed, but we do it we do it throughout the year. You could paint it to match to complement the beautiful beige. Leslie from Central Pennsylvania. Will the stitch quarterly no longer have 14 count? Ada, will it be 25 count even weave now?
No, we just put 25 count for the first shipment. 14 count is in next shipment.
Okay, so it's all going to be different. So this first one was 25 count. The next one's going to be 14 count. And then we have everything designed for the entire year, but we haven't picked all the fabric and all the things yet, if that makes sense. Like we do it once a quarter. When stitching on a plane, are you allowed to take your regular stitching tools? Yes. So I'm going to tell y'all a story at the end. Some of y'all don't want to hear my stupid stories, but I have a funny story at the end. But yes, I'm going to be going on a plane, I think, this weekend. I think my kids have convinced me to take them somewhere. I think I'm a sucker. Let's just say that. But I take the little pink, what's it called?
The crafting case?
The crafting case. I take the crafting case. Now, my luggage gets checked quite a bit because of scissors. But then they just look at the scissors, and one time he even took the scissors and like measured it. And so if you use the... Now I'm not TSA, so don't hold me to this. The sweet snips, those have always gotten through on the plane for me. But, I don't want yours to get taken away. Do I have a tutorial for stitching in hand? Yes, it's super old, and it is by Chelsea of Stitching with Housewives. I use the clover hoop fabric stays taut. Where can we get the frame for the mini monthly village, Paisleys and polka dot? Okay, this is a good question. Kathy says, I use a round plastic hoop, but my cloth always loosens even though I tighten it. Would a wood hoop prevent that? Denise? Yes. Hold on a second. Let me ask you again. Okay, Kathy says she uses a round plastic hoop, but her cloth loosens when she tightens it. Would a wood hoop prevent that? I don't think so. Probably not.
I know when my stuff gets loose.
You have to just redo it.
Redo it, or I end up buying a new one because since I do spring tension, I probably have used it for too long.
Okay. So yeah, you probably just have to keep tightening it. I think anything under 4 inches is acceptable.
This is tease for the next one.
This is a tease for the next
Seed packet.
seed packets. And I'm stitching this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I showed you, I stitched the first one, which is tulips. I'm stitching this one, and then there's another one. Like, we have it all designed. It's just not all charted. So yes, so this was for Carlene. She asked for a sneak peek. And it says, I've used nail clippers to cut thread. Of course, they were bought for the thread. That's funny. Well, you know, also one thing that used to be popular about 5 or 6 years ago, there were some necklaces that came out, I think by Clover, and they're just like a little circle, but they're really a thread thinger. But I feel like I would probably poke myself. Good morning from famous Rexburg, Idaho. Are you watching the Lori Daybell trial with Nate Eaton? Yes, I am watching all of that. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about, today we launched a pattern sale for cross stitch patterns. So we are trying to get rid of some older patterns and just make room, like obviously room space for new patterns. So I put 500 patterns on sale. Most of them are older patterns. They either have a lot of inventory or not a lot of inventory, but we're just trying to make some space in our shelving so we don't have to buy new shelving. The sale ends this Sunday, which is Easter, but it's a mix. Some are 20%, some are 30%, some are 40%, and some are 50% off. So definitely shop that because I want to get rid of some patterns. Our notion of the month is 20% off needle minders. And so I looked last night and we have a good supply. We're only out of like 4 of them. So we have a ton of needle minders for you to, sometimes when we do those sales, inventory goes low, but this one, it hasn't yet. The April seed packets will ship
Hopefully this week, if not beginning of next.
sometime this week or next week. Is the Stitch Quarterly changing? No, it's the design, all 4 of the designs this year go together. It's just the fabric will be different and the floss will be different. We got one of the Clover cutters in a Sew Sampler box a few years ago. Yeah, that's right. I think that was when it came out. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to show you new items. We do have a lot of new items this time. And then I'll tell you my story. Okay, by Stitching with the Housewives, the Sideways Stripper series has Take Me Out to the Ball Game and Play Ball. So I'm assuming, obviously, there will be, I don't know if it's going to all be baseball or if she's going to put football in. I don't know. I watched her video on Saturday, but I don't know if she said it. And then the tea roundabouts, My Cup of Tea and Tea for Two. And then this one, I do know that this is her, where she tea dyes the fabric with, what's it called? Evening Blue Rit Dye. Jardin Prive has 2 new patterns. I'm not even going to say their names. So this one's really cute. It's like a, I think it's so cute because, like, look, it's like a little thread cabinet, and then it's got like yarns, like, it looks like yarn, you know, like yarn skeins, cross stitch. It's so cute. And then quilts. I think it's really cute. And then this is a Christmas chart. I've stitched a couple of her stuff a long time ago. And then we have 2 new patterns by Robin Pickens. One is Snow Kissed Skates and Super Bloom Bouquet. And Super Bloom goes with, she has a new collection called Super Bloom. And that actually just came out. It's a quilting fabric. And then the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. This is the 2025 spring issue. So it has cross stitch and needle punch. Let's see if there's some other pages I can show you that are not charts. There's a full Gart basket.
You put these in count order. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of them have the chart on the same page, so it'd be hard to show. Okay, and then Teresa Kogut has a brand new booklet called Wren Sampler, and it's one chart, and it's the booklet form where, you know, it's like different pages. Susan says she just ordered the Christmas chart and thread. Her sister, daughter, and I are doing a stitch-along. Okay, so brand new fabric by Fiber on a Whim. These just came in from Needlework Market. So these that I'm going to show you right now are all the color Dolomite. You think that's the way you say it?
Jordan?
Dolomite?
Dolomite?
Dolomite. Okay, I'm going to show them to you. Now, remember they're all hand-dyed, so they're going to take the fabric different. Okay, so this right here at the top is 14 count.
Jordan, can you zoom out, please?
Out.
Out.
Okay, there you go. That's 14 count. Ada, this is 16 count. And it's reading pretty true, like it's reading very true to the look. This is 18 count. And this is 20 count. So these are all the Adas right here. And this is the same color, so that's crazy. 14, 16, 18, 20. Now I'm going to show you the Luganas.
It's just that one.
This is the only Lugana. This is 20, does that say 28?
Yes.
28 count. You can kind of see it better that way. Okay, 28 count. That's the only even weave.
Now linens.
Now we're in linens. This is 28 count casual linen. This is 32 count Belfast linen. And then 36 count Edinburgh linen. I'm trying to make it where you can see all of them. And then there's 40 count. And they're all a fat quarter size. So 14, 16, 18, 20. These are Adas. This is 28 count even weave. This is 40 count, 36 count, 32 count, and 28. So 28, 32,
36.
36, and 40. And this is the Dolomite colorway. I like this color the best, the third one, the 18 count. And with these, just so you know, so on Fiber on a Whim, there's a limit to how many we can buy. So basically we buy the max and then we reorder. And it takes about 2 to 3 months to get a shipment in. So just keep that in mind. This next colorway is Smoky Quartz. So that is 14 count. This is 16 count. It's so crazy. The 16 count always dyes differently. Or the most different, I think. 18 count. 20 count. So this is the Ada 14, 16, 18, 20 Smoky Quartz. This is even weave. This is the prettiest one out of the whole bunch, I think. The Smoky Quartz even weave. It's really pretty. Of course, I don't stitch on hand dyed. To me, it's too loose for me to like go fast. And then we have 28 count linen. 32 count linen. 36 and 40. So to me, looking at these, it looks like the even weave and the 14 count are the lightest. People are saying they love coverage of strands on 46 count. Some people are saying 36 count is their sweet spot. Okay, this is the last new color. This is Gray Spinel. 14 count. Do you think that's how you say that, Denise? Spinel. You think that? Okay.
Okay, thank you.
16 count. $18 count. And then 20 count. Even weave. 28 count even weave. I think Cheryl's favorite is also 36 count or 32 count. I think Lori's is 36. 28 count linen. 32 count linen. 36 count. And 40 count. Okay, so there's some great questions. Dee asked, why are some hand-dyed fabrics wonky as the serge edge is off? There's an arc on some. I think it's just, let me open one. So I think it's just the natural fiber. I mean, like you can see on this one edge is serged at a 90-degree angle. Is that 90 degree?
That corner?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then this is a round angle. So I don't really know. I think it's just the nature of the beast, maybe. When you're working with hand-dyed, it's much softer. Now, Cheryl mostly works with hand-dyed. This is what she loves. You'd probably never see me use hand-dyed, but you should use whatever you love. I am kind of should just buy stock in the 2 colors of Fabric Flare and then the 1 color of Witchell that I use. Fiber on a whim often rounds their corners. Yeah, so some look rounded or some are not. I think it just depends on the piece. Okay, always remeasure before beginning on linen. That's a tip from Dee. I recently stitched on Fiber on a Whim for the first time. It was the nicest fabric I ever used. The Closet Quilter says I can't stitch on hand-dyed because I'm stitching on my quilting and they're not color fast. Okay, yeah, so I don't know much about color fast, so I probably shouldn't answer that. I'm thinking about doing the stitch and quilt pattern and frame them on the wooden bobbins FQS sold a few years ago. That'd be cute. I don't know if it'll fit, so make sure it fits before. I think it would fit because I think it'd be smaller. Okay, so, oh, and then someone's saying Swigart is a much softer base than Witchell. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys guess. I have 3 boys. 2 of them really like one thing, and so I asked the son, hey, do you want to? He really likes to eat at unique places. I'm not saying expensive places, but like places that have good reviews or have something totally different. Like I've taken him to restaurants, I don't even know what I'm eating. I just tell him, order whatever, and then it's just me and him and it's family style. He eats most of it, I take some bites. And then, decide what I like. So I said, hey, Peyton, do you want to go this weekend on Saturday? Me and you, we'll just go to eat dinner and you can pick one of your restaurants because we haven't done that in a while because I've been super busy with the other kids. And he said, no, I have to stay home. There's something I have to watch. And I was like, what? You can't go to dinner with your mom because there's something I have to watch? He goes, yeah, it's all weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday. I have to watch it. And I was like, okay. So we went to dinner last night with the sales rep and he was talking about it. And I was like, what if I took him to this event? So let's see if nobody's guessing. So maybe y'all have no idea. I had no idea. It's also on Easter, but I mean, it'd be really fun to take him. They have off school Friday. I do have a live stream I have to do Friday. And I have to see if I can get a flight. So there's a hint there. And I have to see if I can get a hotel. I looked up hotels. I can get a hotel. But one is 16. How old is he?
Which one? Oh,
Peyton.
15.
He's not 16? No, okay, so one's 15 and one's 14. The Masters, no. God, my God, no. No, but my brother was watching that last weekend. He was watching it on his phone, and it was...
Someone guessed it.
Someone did? No one has guessed it?
I think she's close.
Okay, someone's close. Okay, so So it's so funny because anyway, my brother's wife was like, why are you watching that? It's so loud. Because it was really loud. He's being obnoxious. And he was like, it's history. The Masters, it's history. And like my brother was almost crying. And me and her are like, what is going on? WWF. Okay, so what did I say it's called? WrestleMania. I think that's a thing once a year or something. And it's in Vegas. And my kids are like, I don't think the tickets are that expensive. Like, because it's a huge arena. So my son was like, as long as I'm this close, I don't have to be, because obviously you don't want to be right there. You don't want to be right up close. So I was thinking the basketball draft. Okay, no, because we looked into that and it's thousands of dollars. One of Christopher's friends went and they could only go to one event because it was so expensive. If you win all weekend, I mean, that thing is like, the dad was telling us how much money it was, I was like, oh my God, we would go broke. So we think we can get tickets for like somewhere between $200 and $400 a person. Well, Christopher's going to go. So I'm not going to go in because I am not about to pay $800 to watch some people be disgusting. I think it's disgusting. So I'm trying to figure it out today. I'm not going to go in. Peyton is very responsible. He may be 15, but he knows what he's doing. And he's been to several concerts thanks to Denise and Jordan and his father. He has been to several, he knows how to go to an arena, find his place. He knows how to do it. Christopher will just follow. Oh my gosh. I don't think it's going to be, I don't know. I got to figure it out. It's Wednesday. I'd have to leave, I don't know. And then Christopher was like, well, I'm going to miss church. And we were like, well, your church has, because the church he goes to is, really big. It has the online service. But Jordan, what's your comment?
Are you going to be stitched in the audience?
Am I going to stitch in the audience? No, I'm not walking in that audience. Okay, so if y'all want to know, I love Las Vegas. I love to gamble. Now, I don't think I would probably gamble on this trip because, I am kind of a mom that I hover, not too much, but I've always wanted to go to the Mob Museum. That's been on my list for a long time. So I was thinking if we went in Friday night or Saturday, we'd go to the Mob Museum, and I think Peyton would like it. I think Christopher would be like, whatever. I don't think he would be interested, but we'll go to that. And then I would think we would go to a nice, eat a big breakfast and then eat an early dinner. And then I would hire a driver to take them and bring them back. I'm not sending them in an Uber. Or I would drive in an Uber there and back or whatever. I'll figure it out. But I don't think, so then I said, Kevin, don't you want to take him? And he was like, you're crazy. He's like, you came up with this whole idea and you think I'm going to take them. He goes, I don't want to go to WWE either. He's like, and we don't need to spend money on us to go in that, to pay. And I'm like, you know what? They're old enough. They can go in. So anyway, I think I can pull it off. I asked Peyton, I said, okay, 1 to 10, how bad do you want to go? And he was like 9. So I asked Christopher and he said 8. And I was like, oh. And they haven't really, Christopher does a lot. Peyton doesn't do too much. He really is very low key. He likes to go to a concert maybe twice a year. He likes to, he's not spending money. He's not buying clothes. He's not doing anything excessive. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to figure this out. So I have to try to figure out if I can get a flight with 3 people. And I also, I want to fly direct. I don't want to fly and, change a bunch of planes and do all that. But the one thing I was like, okay, Peyton and Christopher, can y'all get along? And they were like, yeah, we like each other. And I was like, okay, but can you get along for an entire weekend? And they were like, oh, yeah, we can. Happy Holy Week, everyone. Yes, and it's Easter, and that feels so, wrong. Yeah. I totally agree. But Christopher was like, we'll just watch church on my iPad. Wrestling, mankind's oldest and most basic form of recreational combat, traces its origins back to the dawn of civilization. Do you want to click into that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't like wrestling at all. I watched it when I was little. My grandma loved the Von Erichs. Okay, for the last stitch quarterly on 25 count, do you stitch over 1 or 2? You stitch over 2 with 2 strands. Okay, so I think that's all I have today. Now, this Friday, if you're a quilter, we're going to have a live stream this Friday also. I hope all of you have a wonderful Easter. I hope you had a nice everything. I haven't even done anything yet. Oh my gosh, I have to figure it out. Any family trips in the summer? Will is going to Japan with school. And Will's not going to go on this trip because he does not like wrestling. He thinks it's stupid. He's like me. He's like, no way, I'm not doing that. So he's going to Japan. Emma's going to college. So we really just have to do orientation. They have like a camp for the kids, orientation, and then she moves in. But that's it. We haven't planned anything. So, okay. Well, I hope all of you have a great weekend, and hopefully I make it to WWE. If any of you can figure out, know any kind of tips where I should stay, email me, because I have no idea. I've been to Vegas in like 10 years. So, but I like the atmosphere, and I like walking through the shops, like just looking. I think it's fun. So, okay. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks.